so this week's Cook With Me Wednesday is going to be freezer meals. I used to do freezer meals every now and then, right before my twins were born, and then when they were still itty bitty, and I have not done it in probably at least a year. Most likely 2 years if I can remember back that far. Whew, mom brain for sure. So, since I picked up all this chicken from Zaycon Fresh, I wanted to go ahead and create some meals. Now, not all of the meals are gonna be chicken. I do have some other meats here as well. I'm gonna show them to you. So here is everything that I purchased for the dinner. So I've got my Zaycon Fresh chicken. Since it was already frozen, I pulled it out, so it is a little bit easier for me to re-put into bags. Then I do have some different kinds of pork and beef here, and steaks and things like that. And then this is everything that I had to purchase. I do have some stuff on hand though, and I did, if you guys saw yesterday's video, I did go to Sam's as well and pick up some things there, so I don't have everything pulled out. I did get the pork from Sam's, and I got some canned items as well. But first things first, freezer meals, you have to get your storage bags ready. It's really hard to write the directions and all of that on the bags after they're filled. So when you're making freezer meals, write on your bags first before you fill them. So I'm gonna go ahead and write down all the meals, the date, and any cooking instructions on the bag with my permanent marker before I actually get set up to start filling them. Okay, you guys, so I've got all of my bags labeled, and now I can start putting them together. I'm gonna start with the chicken first. I put all the other meat in the refrigerator just because I didn't want everything to be sitting out during this process. So I'm gonna do all my chicken recipes first. I have 20 bags here. I'm going to be putting together 10 meals, and I'm doubling each one. So first up is chicken and gravy. So all this is super simple. I'm just putting a jar of gravy, a can of cream of chicken, and then some salt and pepper in a bag with 2 of my jumbo Zaycon Fresh chicken breasts. And then I'm doubling it, and then that's 2 dinners for me. Now, I will have all the links to these recipes down below. This one, these are like my notes that I'm going off of. I wrote them all down from the computer. This one suggests serving over mashed potatoes, so that is how I wrote it on my little baggie. So when I pull this out, or when I'm meal planning and I'm looking on here, I can say, oh, okay, this would be good with mashed potatoes, and then I'll pick a vegetable. So I wrote that on here. I'm just gonna cook it on low in my crock pot for 8 hours the day that I want it for dinner. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these bags put together and then move right along. All right, chicken and gravy ready to go in the freezer. Next up is Fiesta chicken soup. So that chicken and gravy is probably going to be the easiest one because I was just dumping everything in the bag. This one, obviously it's more ingredients, and I need to do some chopping. So I'm ready to get this chicken soup together. And I've got 2 bags of the Fiesta chicken soup in here, or made. Now this one, you need to pull the chicken out when it has an hour left to cook, to shred it, and then put it back in here to finish cooking. And since it's a soup, you know, it says you can garnish with cheese and tortilla strips. I'm actually think when I make this, I'm going to make some rice as well and just add rice in here just so it's more like a chicken tortilla soup. I'm excited about this one though. I've never tried this recipe. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, you guys, next up is lemon garlic chicken. So other than the chicken that I'm gonna put in this bag, here's the other ingredients. And then this one, the recipe suggested serving it over rice or egg noodles. I actually already purchased 2 bags of egg noodles, so I'll have those in my pantry and already ready for when I'm ready to cook that for dinner. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this together. And lemon garlic chicken is ready for the freezer. All right, last chicken freezer meal, chicken and dumplings. So this is everything that's gonna go in this bag minus the chicken. I'm gonna get the chicken over here in a minute. Now, this one is another one where you're going to cook for a certain amount of time, then you're gonna take it out, shred it, and put it back in. Plus, this recipe has extra things that you're gonna need to finish this meal before you're done cooking it. So this one's also going to need 1 cup of milk and some Pillsbury Grands biscuits. So I already have both of those in the refrigerator, the biscuits. That way I have them on hand when I'm ready to cook this. So let me go ahead and get it all bagged up. And chicken and dumplings are bagged. So that is all of the chicken recipes. I'm going to do a little bit of cleaning up. Here's kind of like my mess. I have some mess behind me. I'm not gonna show you that. It looks gross. The kitchen is a mess. But I'm going to clean up a little bit and then pull out all the pork and get started on the pork bags. So I've got a total of 8 chicken meals. So we've got 2, 4, 6, and then 8. Awesome. All right, you guys, now we are starting on the pork chops. You might hear my dogs walking around. They're eating their dinner. So first we're gonna make some honey Romano pork chops. Here's all my ingredients. So I'm gonna get to bagging it up. Okay, you guys, I finished the pork chops. These smell so good. I'm really excited to try these. So the serving suggestion is to serve them with potatoes, mashed potatoes, baked potatoes, whatever. So I just wrote potatoes, and when I'm making my meal plan, again, I'll just decide what I want to have on the side, but these smell really good. Okay, you guys, this last pork one I messed up on. I forgot to double the recipe when I was making my grocery list. So I'm going to go ahead and just make one of them. And if it's good, I know I'll have, because I did pick up 2 of these, I know I'll have a second one of these in the freezer, or I'll just use it as a separate meal, a different meal, create something different with it in the future. So I'm just gonna be making one of these, and it is the green chili pork tacos. So I'm excited about this because normally when I make tacos for my family, we've either had chicken or beef. So this just sounds good. And then look at everything that's going in it. So I'm gonna go ahead and bag it up and show you guys what it looks like in the bag. All right, so here is my 1 bag of green chili pork tacos. So since I have all the chicken and the pork done, I'm going to go ahead and like smush them and mix them up, just because it does come out of the bag easier and cook better and things like that. Like if I were to set this in the freezer and let it freeze like this, it would be kind of gross. And I'm not quite sure if the flavors would blend that well in the crock pot. So I'm gonna go ahead and spend some time and just, you know, smush them and mix them up and get them all nice and mixed. I did do that a little bit to the pork chops just because it smelled so good when I closed it, and I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and get these marinating. So I'm gonna do that and then I will be back. Okay, moving on to some of the beef recipes. So right now I'm going to be making 2 bags of pepper steak. Super, super easy. It's basically stir fry. So I have some stir fry meat here. I've got some broccoli stir fry. You can put whatever you want. I think the recipe calls for like peppers and onions, but just for my kiddos, I know they love broccoli, so I got one with broccoli. And then we've got the rest of the ingredients here. So I'm gonna go ahead and bag it up. Pepper steak is bagged up. Another little tip I have for you guys, check the bags before you start mixing everything together, because I almost spilt this one out. I closed it and then I started pushing on it like this, and I noticed that like extra air was coming out and it was open. So this bag right here was like open, so it's broken. It won't close at all. So instead of just dumping everything into a new bag and having to label it and all that, I just double bagged it. So that'll still be good. All right, moving right along. Okay, you guys, next up is cubed steak with carrots. Again, I'm making 2 of them. Here's all the ingredients. Now, this one calls for baby carrots, but this is just cheaper for me. So I buy the big carrots and I just chop them into, you know, little like bite-sized pieces and all that, and then I'll add it up in here. Just because I needed so many carrots, this just ends up being cheaper buying them in bulk like this. So I'm gonna get these bagged up. And there's the cube steak with carrots, all ready for the crock pot. Okay, you guys, well, I got 15 out of the 20 meals that I wanted to get done today, but I think I'm gonna call it quits. I do have everything that I need to make 4 of the other ones, but it's time for me to put my kiddos to bed, and I have plenty of time tomorrow, so I'm just gonna go ahead and break it up a little bit. So this is what I'm gonna share with you guys for today's Cook With Me Wednesday. I will show me cooking, or not cooking, but prepping and putting them in the bags, everything on the vlog channel for the rest of the meals. But this is what I got done today. Look at all of those. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Yay. So this is 15 meals, and then the other 5 that I did not get to, I do have 2 marinated and grilled beef, and actually it's only grilled if you are going to cook it when you make it. Since I'm going to be freezing it, I'm just putting everything in the bag, and it is a crock pot meal. But this meal is also really good if you grill it right after you marinate it and all that good stuff. So I need to make 2 of those tomorrow. I might go pick up the things that I need to do so I can go ahead and make the green chili pork tacos, the other bag. So I might do that. And then I have a Sloppy Joe recipe that I need to make. And this is the only one where I have to actually pre-cook items. So I'm gonna hold off on that until tomorrow, just because I know that's gonna be a little bit longer. But if you guys love freezer meals and the ease of just spending a few hours in the kitchen and then you're set for the month, give this video a big thumbs up. Any tried and true freezer meals that you guys have, let me know down below. I'm always on the lookout. I do have a Pinterest board of recipes that I'm looking to try. I'll add that if you guys are interested in checking it out. If you are new to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe and stick around. I do post daily. If you missed yesterday's video, I'll have a link to that in the corner here. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with something new. One last look at my freezer meals.